Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Bensday with Batgirl and Ben, and I'm here with Ben Lesnick. Hey, Ben, how are you?
Hello, I'm doing pretty well. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm just coming off of a podcast podcast last night with the Station 42 crew, and I had a great time with Traz Ion
Those are
and
good guys.
Jeremy. Yeah, they are. You know, Traz wants to have you on the show, but he is in fear of taking your time. And tell me if
Happy to do it.
Yeah, tell me if I told him the right thing. I said, it is Ben's job to reach out to you folks. And he has if he's going to be a member of the community, he has a kind of like a goal his job is to get you on the show to answer people's questions, right?
I am totally happy to do it, Chaz.
Okay.
Call me. I'm not scary. I'm a literal marshmallow.
Okay, so you have the 20 minutes of this podcast to keep right in the back of your mind what the name of his hobby is.
What is the name of this hobby?
Well, you got to tell us.
Oh, okay. I didn't decide the name.
You gave it to him, so he wants you to name it.
Okay.
He wants it. He has a name for every ship in his fleet, and his fleet is as big as the number of ships that you have released times maybe one or two.
It's impressive.
Yeah, we've met people like that. You know, Captain Bob, remember him? Six of everything.
He's a good guy. I wonder how he's doing. I haven't heard from him in a while.
Yeah, well, that's because you're not coming to freaking Dragon Con this year.
I wish I were coming to Dragon Con. I'm sorry.
Did you guys ever get that worked out? Do you know if Sandy fixed that?
We had... They asked us to submit 3 folks to go. We did that, and we have not heard from them since. So,
were you just thinking about joining different panels, or were you going to have your own session there too?
They usually give us at least one. We talked about doing a Star Citizen presentation. Our folks are happy to do whatever they can. You spin the reel when you submit to be a guest.
Okay. Do you know who
show up on random panels?
Do you know who the people are that you were sending?
It had been Sandy, Tyler, and Pete McKay. Pete Mackey.
Pete McKay. Is
that
Rodney McKay?
I've known him for 4 years. I'm not sure which it is now.
Yeah. I'm all disheveled today because last night I had that podcast that started at 7:30 Central, and all I knew is that I was getting off the podcast at 11:30 this time, and I was like, I gotta go to work tomorrow. And the day before that, we had our first session of Dungeons and Dragons that I put up on YouTube.
Oh, how'd it go?
I have work, but I mean, there was a couple of times there that one of the guys, he was trying to play a dwarf monk, and every one of his attacks had to have an acrobatic added to it. So he'd roll high on the acrobatic, roll high on the attack, and then roll low on the damage. And I was laughing so hard one point, and I was peed myself because he rolled a 1. And the guy, right after that, the mob turned around and hit him right on the head and knocked him out. It was so funny. It's a fun game, you know?
It is.
Yeah, I haven't done it in 30 years, so it's actually pretty awesome. We were thinking about putting up a virtual presence for, one of our people, and we were going to grab, you or maybe David Ladyman once in a while and say, just play an NPC.
I would be happy to do that sometime. That would be very cool.
That would be awesome. So, I didn't watch ATV today. I'm bad, but I work. So anything...
Oh, there's nothing in there important.
Yeah, bullshit. What did you tell everyone today? Was there anything big?
We showed off the Bengal and the new pirate base.
You showed off the Bengal carrier?
Yes, so the episode was all done in the UK.
That is awesome.
I'm describing a different video for everybody.
That's okay.
And then we did a ship shape. They showed off the progress of the Bengal. It's looking really cool. And the pirate station is coming to Crusader Grimhex.
Okay. So can you confirm or deny the rumor that Jared said the next this is told to me, so I didn't go and I didn't see what it said, but people are asking me, does Ben know that Jared said the next ship that's going to be put on concept sale is going to be a flyable ship?
I think I was the one who said that.
You did? Why did they tell me he said it?
Everybody's always trying to get Jared in trouble with me. Like, Jared was mean to me, or Jared is.
I like having this little bit of tension with me and Jared, but there's no reason why he should be in trouble. He's a freaking awesome guy.
He is.
Yeah.
He is.
Yeah. So, is it the Argo?
It is.
Are you serious?
Yeah, we're going to do the Argo in 2.5, and we'll make it available for anybody who wants, for some reason, to fly an Argo.
Is it made from the sunken hulk of the Yamamoto, right? Is it? Does it have a wave motion cannon? Because that would be killer. I mean, we could almost take on a king ship with that thing.
No, it's just a little kind of cargo delivery search and rescue ship we created for Squadron. Well, you know the story.
I know, we already saw it, and that's pretty cool. And it's going to be an important ship, especially for you captains of javelins. We know that people bought javelins, because there's no way that thing's landing on the surface, right?
Yeah, no one who spent that much on a destroyer or an Idris should be concerned. Your ships will have their smaller ships included. So.
Oh, that's good. But those of us that want to go visit them,
yeah.
An Argo would be good, right?
It would, and it'll be something you can play with right now in the game, so it'll be cool.
That is pretty cool. And you could put like a bunch of Marines in it and land over at Korea or something like that and let them go out the back. Have 2 Mustang Deltas flying in your cap. That's pretty awesome. I like that. So you showed off the female model last week.
We did.
And that's further down, though. That's not 2.5 or 2.6. That's more 2.7-ish, right?
Yeah, it's a little bit further down.
All right. So one of the guys wants to know, and this came up on the podcast I did last night, will there be trees in the procedural planets?
Yes.
There will. I thought they were going to do it like the Elite Dangerous did it at first. That it would be rocky, no atmosphere planets first, but you're not doing that?
We have a bit more detail than just rock planets, but I can't give away too much.
Okay, well, yeah, okay, that's good.
We'll be seeing that a little bit later this year.
Well, you already gave away the Argo, which I'm sure you already said somewhere else, right?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, that's good. I'm pretty happy with that. All right, so I have this question from Cosmic Trader. We're going to go back and forth. Ben and I are going to banter for 15 or 20 minutes. We'll ask about 5 or so questions.
All right.
Will there be a new tutorial in the future? If not, what about a basic how-to video? Now, there's still how-to videos out there.
Yeah, I'm going to say we're going to do both things. We are doing a series of how-to videos. It's one of our new video things. It'll be kind of like short, how do you do this in Star Citizen? How do you get started with this? And there will be a new tutorial a little bit further down the road once we know we're not going to break it over and over and have to redo it. So it will come back.
Okay.
But
now,
Gilly probably will not. So.
Gilly won't come back? What's Sam going to do without Gilly?
It's going to be
if Gilly doesn't come back, Sam will be beside himself. Who's going to take care of the baby? I'm sorry, wrong place. I'm sorry. It's still too soon, you know? You think anyone's going to get that, you know?
I don't know. Yes. Yeah. Anyone who can put up with the 2 of us chatting is.
Okay. Let's this is just bad. We already have the glaive, the scythe, and we have the blade, which shouldn't be too far out because my guess is the blade is probably already fleshed out for Squadron 42.
Yes.
So that shouldn't be too far before we start to see those entering the... I'm not going to ask you to give a date. All right? I know you won't. Yeah. So they're pretty fleshed out.
Cat attack!
That's pretty good. She scares the shit out of me, excuse my language, every time she does that. Is there going to be another military fighter from the Vandul that's a Vandul ship, or are they all going to come from this, like aggressor squadron type stuff in the future?
Well, obviously we were doing all sorts of Vandal ships that'll be in the universe. For the aggressor squadron or the replicas and stuff, it's usually fiction we write specifically for the sale because we don't want the sales to exist outside of the universe. I don't have another Vandal ship on my schedule. I imagine it could go either way because we might get to some point where we say, okay, there's some reason why there's all these Vandal ships. Maybe it's a story thing. We've defeated the Vandal and there's some system and there's all this. I could see it working.
30 dozen. You get a dozen ships. They got to go behind enemy lines. Come on, That would be cool. Yeah. Oh well, maybe that will be a secret. Are you gonna have things like secret mission discs and stuff?
Well, we spec'd one out initially, way early on, and it kind of became the second Squadron 42-2 or Chapter 2, whatever they're calling it. So down the line, I would love to. I'm just muttering. Down the line, yeah, I would love to do shorter campaigns. Using existing assets the same way Secret Missions did. It seems like it's a very cost-effective way to continue the game experience for folks. But no solid one right now because the one we tried to do became a full game.
Okay. Now, many a Bothan has died, giving me the information I have here. Can you confirm or deny Operation Haybail?
Operation Iron Haybail.
Iron Haybail. Iron Haybail. Okay. So there is an Operation Iron Haybail.
Yeah, Operation Iron Haybail, I can't comment on the specifics due to operational security, but...
is it possible that when we jump into Tiber, we see a kingship?
Let's just say I would not want to be part of that first wave.
Not part of the first wave. My idea is Pappy Boyington and I are going to hang back. He's going to be flying his Endeavor all decked out as a hospital ship, and I'm flying my Cutlass ambulance back and forth. That's all I'm doing, picking up bodies that are floating in space and bringing them back to his Endeavor. That's a good idea, right?
Yeah, it sounds like it'll be the most profitable.
I'll still need some kind of people protecting me, though.
People don't care about a Red Cross or a Red Crescent on the side of the ship.
Yeah. Do you think there'll be a character eventually like Hobbs? Somebody that's like come over to our side to help fight for the cause of humanity and Shians and Tabarans and.
I don't know. I don't have a feel for the Vandal as characters in that same way.
Okay, but they make good bacon.
They do make good bacon. No, I kind of hope that the message of any war story is that ultimately we do get along, but when it's space monsters from beyond the moon, you give them more attitude. I
was always interested in the way that Wing Commander started out, how the war started, and it was a mistake. It was, it wasn't really an intended war in the beginning. It was something when you read what happened, the lore in Wing Commander, right? Something went wrong when they first had that meeting.
Well, so in 2629, the Confederation Explorer...
WC News. No, sorry.
So it was... it's totally ripped off of Larry Newman's Zin, the initial story of the Warriors, but it's, the Confederation Explorer ship encounters the Kilrathi, and they scan each other and they try to communicate, and the Kilrathi blow them up. I think in the original story, it's much more of a mistake. They think the cutting lasers on the human ship or the communication laser on the human ship are a weapon, and blow them up, and it leads to these wars. Wing Commander's a little more kind of, I think, Rathirs jerks. But yeah, it was a bad first contact.
But in this situation, it's ancient Rome, so the Vandal are more like the Vandals, more like the Gothic and Vandal, and they're more like the tribes that would be attacking and sacking Rome.
Yeah, they're the savages at the outside of the Empire.
Okay. So eventually, they take over, folks. So next question for you from Laurel Williamson. Is the open cockpit racing just going to be Dragonflies, or are you considering rival bikes from other manufacturers, like my favorite manufacturer of cheap spacecraft, Consolidated Outland? I mean, Silas I can't even remember his name now. Kerner,
yeah.
He has to be making a bike, right?
I think that based on how amazingly excited everyone was about the motorcycle, I think we'll be seeing more.
But I mean, doesn't Consolidated Outland make the best sense for that?
It does. I really want to see them do their version of the Constellation.
But you told me Freelancer once. Now you've upped it to a Constellation.
I feel like he really wants to go after RSI specifically, because RSI is like, oh, we're the common man ship, and this guy, like, full spin. I'm the guy who does this. So I see him doing a multi-crew ship.
You really do like roleplay, don't you?
I do. You have to believe in this stuff.
I believe in it. I hear it. That is freaking awesome. I would love to see their rendition of, because they have like bug-like designs. Do you already have other ideas for ships from them in your head that you're not going to tell us?
I have plenty of ideas for ships that you're I'm not going to tell you.
Yeah, but from like specifically from, because I love my Delta, I love my Beta, and the other ones are awesome too, but those are the ones I know I'm going to use the most. So, Consolidated Outland, we will see other ships from them in the future, folks.
Down the line. And, I could see them doing a bike. It would have to be something Tesla-y, where they, some sort of quantum shift in the idea of the space bike. So I would say maybe do some of the other manufacturers first for little ships, and then, maybe it's a pod bike or it's round on the side or something different.
Okay. So I have a question of my own. Skins were something that were tested on the Aurora, and then we have all this other stuff that's going on, which is much more important than a ship skin. Ship skins returning, wouldn't they give us an idea of like if these people are evil or not? I mean, I know people could just not put a pirate skin on their ship, but it would be a way.
The
right?
first thing most pirates should do is turn off the skull and crossbow.
But first thing they do is they put it up, right? Well, I guess.
No, I would love for us to get to a point where there is pirate culture evolved to a point that there is some, honor among thieves. If you live outside the law, you must be honest, sort of a thing.
I look at pirates as being chaotic neutral.
You have been playing D&D.
I have been playing D&D.
Even the cat is looking at you with kind of a side eye right now.
Yeah, she is. She just likes my voice. That's it. She comes up. No, I'm really interested in when we get like the Buccaneer and stuff, because my other character is a pirate. And Sandy and I were talking a little bit about that. And I can't wait for that type of mechanic to actually work when 2.7 comes out. And we could have the pirates and Nyx, and we could have the good guys. It'd be like Horde versus the Alliance, It'd be pretty cool.
Which is kind of what we're doing with 2.5 with Grimhex, where, giving pirates a place, so it's not everybody starting at Port Olisar. It's
awesome.
The factions. And one thing I see all the time with pirates is people treat piracy like it's a synonym for like griefers or people causing trouble in the game, and I don't want that to be the case. Pirates should be part of the, we don't make a citizenship scale so you can climb it. We make it so there's different factions. Pirates should be the equal in terms of our dedication to the game as anyone else. It should be a valid career path, and there should be pirate stuff to do. It's not just, hey, I'm going to ruin everybody's day.
Han Solo was kind of a pirate. I mean, he was a smuggler.
Absolutely, he was a pirate.
Yeah. And Robin Hood was kind of a pirate, and they weren't bad people, unless you ask a Brit.
He's a great guy.
Yeah. So I think that would be good. I can't wait for that mechanic to actually be, like, I forgot about 2.5 and the other space station to start in, which would be cool.
You didn't watch AATV today.
No. Well, some of us work, and the fruit company put a lot of oranges in my hand to sell today. Pear pod. Sorry. All right. So, this is from Gamer Aid, and then we're gonna just rattle off the 5 winners of the Dragonflies, and I'll ask 2 more questions, and we could be done. So, will we be able to buy? This is a no-brainer. We know this is going to happen. Will we be able to buy character slots with store credits? Do you have an estimated cost?
No, I don't.
Yeah. And will we be able to buy character slots? That's been said, right?
Yeah.
We will.
Yes. You're more about that, I don't know, closer to launch. I don't want to be at the point where we're selling stuff that is so big right now. So let's get the stuff in place to use it before we sell them.
Yeah, and no matter what, I mean, I keep on telling people this on my streams, on my other, Star Citizen videos, and here. It's always been stated that Squadron 42 comes first. That's the beginning, and that chronologically in the universe happens before the PU, right?
It does.
So that has to come out. And yes, that is a totally different development pathway because they don't have to rely on this new netcode that you guys are creating for CryEngine, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, good. All right, so where was it? Oh, that was a Sandy question. Ooh, we're going to go over to my email. And before we do that, we are going to talk about some Venas. So you had been gracious before the whole culling of millions of dead accounts on YouTube. I had 3,000. I'm back down to 20. I'm back up to 2,900 because I was down to 2,850, and I've gained a bunch. But you said that you would give us 5 dragonflies, so I'm gonna. It's 5 dragonflies. So the names will appear on the screen and inside the comment section below. Please make sure you put a thumbs up when you win because it's important. No. Bloke LP, DarthPulven, OOZIM, it's 00ZIM00, which I have no idea how to say, so we'll just call you Zim with the...
Zimizu.
Yeah, Zimizu. Yeah, it's Zimu, but it's 0, it's not. Olaf Bodde, or Bode, Bodde, and Edward Hawk, or Eddard Hawk. Well, you 3 have won. Now, Ben, you are as big a geek as I am, and you have an iPhone. Have you gotten this app yet?
Is that? Oh, yes. Yes.
Oh my God! Oh, they have the same server structure as Star Citizen, and that's all I'm gonna say.
They're very, very popular right now.
Am I allowed to hold you guys accountable for the portion?
Yeah, of course.
People say that I'm a fangirl half the time, and I hold you accountable to things sometimes, right? We have our disagreements at times.
It's totally It's best to be a fanboy, be a fangirl, and just
you can say fanboy, fangirl, whatever. Yeah,
love a thing and also criticize it. It helps us, and it's the best way to live. Don't become cynical and bitter. Criticize it openly, positively.
Yeah,
good stuff.
And the first criticism you're always going to look at is going to be the constructive criticism, right? Okay. All right, so you guys have won. That is awesome, and this is the way it goes. You guys send me about 30 emails. I send the important information to Ben, and then in about a month, we do it all over again, and then Ben will get it into your hangar, okay? So it's not his fault. It's not my fault. It's just that there's nothing set up for him to give me a token to give you yet.
No, you can hold me accountable for this because it is usually
it's not your fault because the way it should work is that you hand me 5 tokens to give out.
Yeah, we don't have a system.
And you don't have a system for that yet. And Turbulent's not going to stop doing what they're doing just so they could create tokens for you to hand out to us right now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not your fault. So, now we're going to go over to Gmail. We're going to answer the last couple of questions. And the first one, if I don't ask these, they're going to...
I'll show you the stupid thing I've been playing on my phone recently also.
You mean there's something different than that? If you get me... I'm already addicted to Galaxy of Heroes because of Jeffrey.
Well, as you know, the most important skill that people these days can learn is matching 3 gems together to make them disappear.
Oh my!
Now you can do it with Star Trek.
Yes, that is awesome. I've seen that. That is great. That is great. I wonder if this is attached there. It probably is. All right, so we're going to ask a Patreon question for Ben. Okay, that comes first. All right, we currently have 18 ships and 24 players in an instance. Many orgs are organizing operational wings with dozens of ships, possibly to fight other orgs with dozens of ships, from capital class down to fighters. When the game is fully developed with the massive redesign of the CryEngine and other unique systems CIG is developing to handle the procedural universe, how many players and ships... Didn't Chris say that he wants 100 or more?
He did. Ideally, we will continue to up it forever and ever and ever. Game will launch with some number and we'll go up from there. But it's also something we can't promise. I would love to be able to say, hey, they're going to have this number and it'll be ready. But
so it'd be a
dodge the question.
And that was, you're not dodging the question. What you're saying is that you're going to continuously increase it from where it is now, and that's why the code's being rewritten.
Yeah. And once that process is done, we'll know a lot more. But it'll be a process of constant improvement.
Okay, Ken Sandlin, thank you for the question.
And I certainly hope that people in 2050 or 2150, they're playing Star Citizen with some impossible level of we can't imagine right now. So I hope it goes on forever.
Okay, and is this Nicole Chris Roberts also describes that the PP does the... Okay, here. Will asked us about the PvP slider. You may know this. It might be a Chris question. If it is, please answer to your best ability. Chris Roberts has described the PvE PvP slider to minimize one's exposure to PvP by instancing. Chris Roberts has also described the PvP regions in space will be most profitable for merchants willing to travel through those regions. Does the PvP PvE slider not work in the most profitable regions of space? In other words, if they go into those lanes where pirates are known to go, will the slider work?
The slider should still work. It's just a matter of degree. If you're totally avoiding contact with people, then you're not even, in this more profitable region of space, you're still not going to be getting the most ideal missions. There's a lot of balance to do, so we can't say for sure how it works right now, but that's the general idea.
All right, we're going to leave it with that. I have other questions for next week. We've gone almost 30 minutes, and I want to kill it at this point. Folks, thank you so much for watching.
Longer because my wife is out of the office, so it's really quiet.
She's out of the office, so it's really quiet. Yeah, but the tilapia I have in the oven will burn.
No, don't burn your tilapia on my account.
Yeah, this is my day to cook, and I'm like, no, I have Ben, and I'm like, no, I got to do that. So it's good. We had shepherd's pie 2 days this week, so she made a really big one.
I promise you that after this, I'm going to look up what a tilapia is.
Tilapia is fish.
Okay.
I'm still trying to lose weight. But the stupid steroids they give me and the stupid antibiotics they give me just make me ravenous. I want to eat everything in sight. And it's not good.
Yeah, they've got stuff in Southern California that does that too.
Yeah, and when I was in Portland and I had that stuff and I was recovering from my surgery, my roommate wouldn't go get me a brownie. Are we on the same path?
Yeah, it's actually, you don't actually have that in Santa Monica. It's,
yeah, you're not
too classy.
Yeah, it's actually pretty there. Very pretty. All right, Ben, thank you for the support that you give my channel. And I have to ask you this. Have you thought of a name for a Hull B?
I'm going to call it the Scarab after the transport ship from the original Privateer, the short story that came with the game.
The Scarab? How did you know that he wanted it to be from the Wing Commander universe?
Because he asked me.
That is pretty freaking awesome. You are awesome. All right, he is going to be beside himself, and I'm going to kick his butt to contact you so you could go on Station 42 also, okay?
I'll be happy to.
Good. Thank you very much, Ben. And we will talk next week as long as you don't have a full schedule.
All right.
And you're getting closer and closer to Gamescom. You guys excited?
I am not. I mean, I'm excited for Gamescom to happen. I'm excited to see all of our, honestly, the volunteers, the folks who, Eddie and everybody, saying they're just incredible group of people. I can't wait to see them again. I am dreading more than anything in my life the flight. Every day at lunch we sit down and like, what if we mail our luggage to ourselves? And,
well, that's the way our training group does it in the company I work for. They FedEx everything to where they're going, then they fly, and then it's in the hotel waiting for them.
I think we might.
Of course, we don't want you spending our money for that. I'm sorry.
I don't think they would let us spend your money for that, but I might be willing to spend my own money.
I got you. I had to add that for the detractors, you know. All right, Ben, thanks for joining me this week. And for the rest of you, you all be safe out there. Soft? What is that?
Everybody be soft.
Yeah, I'm used to the other one is you all travel safe and roll high. And now I'm going, you all be safe out there. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye.